Wow, wow. I don't want vagina abs to stick. That sounds so awful.
Daddy, what's that?
Cyborg, I want to point out that you can't say the word wolf. You said night wolf before, and it's pissed me off ever since.
No beta code. I'm surprised.
Not bowing down to the con. That's a paddling.
Hey, Cyrax boy, guess what?
Who the fuck doesn't like Yoshi?
I don't like Yoshi.
What the fuck?
Yoshi.
How do we feel about Tremor? Because I gotta say this. I want to see him come.
Yes, but it's because I'm actually peeing in a bucket at the bottom of my seat. So like,
Nitara's design.
You know, you're saying Nitara again.
Oh shit, thank you.
Just let go.
I'm on so many drugs at the moment.
Great. Glad to hear it.
Alright, well, I'm done being serious. We can talk about the taste of cock again. If that's what you guys want to.
Wait.
What?
This is my fucking ass hanging out. What, bitch?
Are we
Guys,
even
not
recording right
understand-
now?
We're not recording, of course not.
wondering.
Nobody's gonna listen to this.
I hear like the sound of like bullets being loaded into a chamber and like shots being fired.
Is it like an air gun? I don't.
I'm hearing like Russian roulette like right up next to the mic. What's going on? Yep. Definitely taking shots with a rifle.
Welcome back to the Netherkast. I am Cyborg and joined as always by Razor, Shad, and not Temp. He is unavailable for this episode, so we are actually going to have Django sub in here momentarily. He is not quite here yet, but we figured we'd get the ball rolling here. So you will have the pleasure of Django soon enough. Until then, how are you guys doing?
it's alright.
Fuck
Fuck Billy Corgan. Fuck Billy Corgan.
Alrighty then.
Do you want to vet about it on the air? Or do you just want that to sit on its own out of context?
No one even gives a shit about Billy Corgan, so let's not bore everyone with shitty bang bang, shitty bang bang. All right.
Alright, well, we will skip the airing of grievances.
Yes. That we
Questions,
shall.
though, right?
Yes, questions indeed. So we're going to continue all along our trend of no Mortal Kombat or Injustice news. I mean, there was the Turtles that were released, but sounds like none of us have really gotten our hands on them, so maybe Django can chime in a bit on the Turtles and his thoughts. But for now, we'll go right into the questions. Questions for the shows, picking up where we left off. By the way, might as well get this out here now. Check out the Discord, because we have our own Discord, the Netherkast Discord. It's completely free. It's a free program, just like Skype. Very nice. It's like a Skype that's improved. The voice quality is a lot better. You can do a lot more things. And you can interact with us, which is the main reason why we want you to join our Discord. You can interact with the rest of the listeners, and we have a nice little community on the Discord where we constantly are chatting about something. We also have a section to leave questions for the show. You can listen live, and you can come on the show and even talk with us. So join the Discord. Definitely check that out. We're on YouTube, iTunes, all that good stuff. We have a Facebook community that's also very lively, constant posts every day. It's a private group, so you just have to ask to join, and then we will approve you. And if you like Mortal Kombat forums, check out testyourmight.com. They are a great source for the inner workings of the gameplay. If you want to learn how to do combos and learn your way to play a character competitively, Test Your Might, that's your bag. Anyways, with all that kind of stuff out of the way, let's get right into the questions here. Update from Django. Something about doing a thing. All right. Anyways, okay, we'll just get right into the questions. So the first question is from Kolbs. For variations in the next game, what do you think about having a customizable element where we kind of create our own variations? Every character has a base, and then we get 3 different versions where we can pick from a set of moves. I don't know if they could do it after the dropping the ball with Injustice 2 gear moves, but it would be cool if they could do it well. Now, the problem with that is you're going to run into a lot of the problems of gear moves, and that's because if you make it customizable like that, which is really cool, I would love something like that, but then you get into balance issues. Having this... Razor?
What?
He's moving furniture again.
I was quiet about it. What? I was letting the chat know the show started.
Don't you patronize me. All right. Anyways, so the problem with customizable stuff, like customizable variations, is you might run into balance issues, which means then are you going to be able to use them in every match? Or are you going to have tournament modes where you can't customize things? It just gets to be a mess. So I'd love to have customization with the moveset like that, but I just don't see it as something that they could do and keep it balanced. Django, welcome.
It is just, it's the kind of thing that if they actually ever wound up doing it, it would have to be shunted off to its own mode, like Omega mode in Street Fighter 4, whatever the hell the last version of that game was. It lends itself to being broken so very, very easily. Like, it takes so much time to do the amount of QA testing, I'm sure, in the NetherRealm offices and through whatever third-party studios they have to make sure that they've got all of these, like, variations already that they have to make absolutely dead certain have little to no infinite potential or broken potential or infinite reset potential on launch to make that system come into effect guarantees broken shit. So you're not going to get that happening as a regular game mode. It has to be its own thing, and the salt has to be allowed to flow freely. Just open your eyes and your mouth and just slam your face down into the pile of salt. That's what you're asking for there.
Django,
Not unreasonable.
I think, am I?
Yes, you're here.
Yes,
so
we hear
the
you.
question,
Congratulations.
We can hear you.
we're on the first
Oh, good.
we're on the first question in the chat, and it was asked our thoughts on a customization variations feature in Mortal Kombat 11. Basically variations, but you can kind of piece it together how you like, similar to Injustice 2, but actually not like that. I don't know.
Actually, like, not like usable. Like
Yeah.
maybe you could take this into a thing and not be like completely non-competitive.
Right.
First, I gotta say, Shadowloo, your microphone sounds much better than I've ever heard it before. That sounded amazing.
It's the new sock.
Thank you. It's a new sock.
He switched socks. The 3-year-old sock is finally retired.
Oh my god, the difference.
Do you like it? Is
We
my
are now
voice-
on the Tim Drake sock.
What's the Tim Drake sock?
Well,
Tim
see,
Drake-
the previous sock got shot by the
Yeah.
Joker, and in 20 years it's going to come back as the Red Foot.
It died in a warehouse fire in Ethiopia.
Oh man, I don't know what it is. I'm not surprised hearing that it's Tim Drake now because it sounds like the best Robin ever.
Like, are you talking like just out of curiosity? Are you talking quality wise, or
Yes.
does
I'm
my
talking-
voice?
Well,
Does my
This
voice
sock
also
knows
sound better?
Quarterstaff.
Okay.
You sound like there's no robotronics between you and I.
Oh, that's good. That's
It
excellent.
is good. It sounds very good. I don't remember it sounding this good when last time I listened to the podcast. So maybe there's like a lost in translation. Okay, I'm sorry. Listen.
I mean, no,
Things
it's
sound good.
My voice actually to me sounds a little bit different these days since I quit smoking too. That also might actually be part of it. I feel more like I'm speaking from the back of my throat and my esophagus than like, Zarbon, why haven't you gone to get the Dragon Balls yet? Having these balls makes me feel something like pleasure. I want to caress them.
I mean,
Thank you,
listen,
Ocean Dub.
It's all
Call
of
me
it,
a
man.
filthy monkey.
Oh, Racer, you filthy monkey. Cheeky bastard. I'm sorry, I'm going to call you back. You're what? I just thought you were... Okay, no, let's just never speak of this again.
For a second, I kept waiting for Dr. Claw to come out, but he never did. That's okay. There's lots of ways to sound like a person who smoked entirely too much. What are we talking about? Mortal Kombat. Okay.
I have
Yep.
the capacity to speak like Dr. Claw, if that is what you so wish, Gadget. If that is what you so wish.
What's the cat's name?
What was the cat's name?
Cat.
It was called Mad Cat.
Oh, right, Mad Cat, yeah.
It was Mad Cat?
It became
Mad Cat.
it became a shitty controller company.
Oh no! And then they went under. Like poor fucking Mad Cat, man.
Poor guys. Anyways,
to
your
get back
thoughts?
to the question about variations.
It got killed off screen.
Couldn't even make it through one question
You
before
know-
we
So-
sidetracked.
Customizable variation. Too
have
much
you guys already
potential to be
done this? Are
broken.
you talking about this? Are
No.
you
Yeah.
going? I'm sorry.
I've
Yeah,
said my
go
piece.
for it. Go
You're
for
up.
it. It's all
Yeah.
you.
Someone else.
I'm sorry.
Don't
It's
apologize. It's,
too-
you. It's you.
Okay.
Too easy to
Okay.
break. Too easy to break.
Listen.
That's all I gotta say.
Yes. Very easy to break. Like, probable it will break. It will break. It will break. It's not. There's not a way that you can do that. I think. If you care about keeping things competitive, if you care about that feature being competitive, those are two things that I'm not going to say are impossible, but it's impossible for NRS.
Well,
Here's-
the other thing is, if you look at NRS's history, whenever they make a character customizable, the options are not what you see in your head. Because when they announced there was going to be create a character for Armageddon, I was like, ooh, I can make anything.
And that's
And
exactly the sound that I
special
make.
move selection was garbage.
Rub my nipples.
I mean, this is sounding like completely accurate to me so far.
Here's the problem I see with it is if you have customizable moves, if I face your version of Scorpion, I don't really know what's coming, so therefore you kind of take away the part of a
that's true.
matchup
There's
is learning
no
what
way
the
to,
other person can do, and it's not fun when they're just they're bringing out things you're not expecting at all. Like there's something to be said for knowing what the other person can do and trying to beat them.
Yeah, because a lot about the competitive scene is like training not just how to play your character, but how to anticipate
Learning
every
the matchups,
opponent you can face. Yeah.
It's so scary because Ed Boon has talked a lot about specifically about how he knows how players like to feel more connected to their characters and giving players options for customization. That's not gonna go away. That's because they started MKX like variations, so now you have a little bit more options. With Injustice, it's way more and some bad. So there's gonna be something that is in that that ballpark in MK11. Whether that makes you excited or terrified, but it's gonna happen. There's gonna be something.
Yep, agreed. All right, well, let's move on.
That's a good answer. I think it would be.
Did Razor say his piece yet?
Yeah, he said.
Yes. I just said
Alright.
I agreed with you. It's too breakable. It
Yeah. All right.
can't balance.
I like it in theory. I think we all like it in theory. It's just, ultimately we still want a game that, one, you can use your complete moveset and you don't have to choose to play competitively or not. And two, you want to know what the opponent is doing. Like, you don't want to have to be just completely blindsided every matchup.
That is incredibly important. That's like, we're not saying don't. I'm not saying don't do it. Like, it's okay if you have to make it not competitive. It's okay if it's like, listen, man, this is the YOLO Tards mode. That's fine. You don't have to have it hit, like, be available for everything.
I mean, if it was kept in check, I guess, like, maybe you choose one move, like, out of, like, a set of 4 or 5 moves to select from, you choose one move that you really like, I really want this move, and then before the match even starts, it shows you what that move is that the opponent has, some bullshit like that, then maybe it would be doable. It's just, I mean, that's, at that point, it's just so little, it's probably not even worth doing, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's basically then it's just the same as Injustice 2. Because you can only pick 1 or 2 moves, and it's like sometimes, like if you told me the idea is build your own Scorpion, give him the moves you want him to have, and then I go into the menu and it's like, okay, he always has the spear and he always has the teleport punch. Okay, well, I would like the fire from the ground and I would like the backflip kick, but I can't have both. Well, what the fuck?
Right.
It's true, yeah. There's things, and I'll also say, like, if they could find a way to do the Injustice 2 thing, but bring it into like anything competitive, anything where it's not just like fun mode. If they could do that competitively, that would, like, I would love that. That'd be amazing. I would love it. That would be so great. I don't. That's a lot to ask, though.
There's just no way in hell that's ever going to be a competitive thing. It certainly as fuck is not going to show up at Evo. That's for sure.
All right. Well, moving on to Lando Mac. Have you guys thought about doing a graveyard shift episode? It's been a while since the last one. I don't know. Django, you want to do a graveyard sometime?
See, that's why we haven't done one in a while, because it's so spontaneous.
There's no planning of graveyard from what I recall.
No,
it's been
It's always just like it's always like I just saw this movie. We should do an episode to talk about it, and then we either do one 2 weeks later or we just forget.
Yeah.
Okay,
I mean,
I'll make you a fucking deal. When Venom happens, I'll be on a graveyard shift episode because I'm gonna talk for 3 fucking hours, no matter what.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, it's like
fun. It's like that. Venom. I don't.
Hey, all right.
I don't think I like that.
First off,
I'm in.
Look,
first off, fuck, and second off, you.
All right. Look, we'll make it happen. I'll talk to Django sometime, but it's got to be sporadic. I agree. It needs to come out of nowhere. Basically, we need
to be like the RKO.
That's spontaneous. That's not sporadic. Sporadic means rarely, but every so often.
All right, we're all fucking English teachers. Let's move on.
That's different fucking words.
But
no, it's true.
You're just walking down the street and there's Randy Orton with a graveyard shift.
Look, stop trying to force this wrestling thing. It's not going to happen. Hey, we should do
I'm not forcing anything. This is who I am as a person.
Look what it did to Billy Corgan.
Damn it. Damn it all. All right, we're moving on. Evan K., do you think there's any risk of MK11 being Injustice versus Mortal Kombat? No.
Oh my god, no.
No,
not 11.
No. Not this one.
Maybe 12.
Yeah, I could see after MK11 maybe they go that route instead of doing an Injustice game, but
I don't see. Well, I don't see them doing the MK versus DC thing again, where like that's actually a numbered entry that they're counting. I think that once they got out from Midway, everyone was like, "Listen, guys, that was really retarded. I don't know why you guys did that. Why?" They're like, "Oh, yeah, I guess that kind of makes sense." So now they're having to roll with it. But if they ever do another versus game, it's not going to be an MK11. It's not going to be MK12. It's going to be like Mortal Kombat Alpha. It'll be something like that, like an offshoot thing.
I think he just meant I don't think he means calling it MK11. I think instead of MK11, it's going to be Injustice versus MK. But either way, I think we're all in agreement that no, it's going to be MK11. I don't think they'll do a verse game for at least another couple of cycles, 1 or 2 cycles.
It's not gonna happen, but I think that Ed probably wants it to happen. Like, you ask him Shaolin Monks 2, and he's like, why would I want that when I could have Sub-Zero freeze Robin?
I mean, they already have that, though. They already have Mortal Kombat characters in Injustice.
See,
Ed loves like the whole shticky schlocky 90s crossover gimmick so much. He's all about it. And I have no doubt that if he had his way, it might be the next game, but it ain't gonna.
Well, here's what I think. I think that it'll be after Injustice 3, because I think the Injustice universe really only has a third game in it. So after that, they're going to be like, well, we still want to make DC stuff, so there's an idea.
And that's another thing. By that point, they've already done it, in my opinion. But by that point, especially, it's like Injustice is fun. Like it's not bad. Like, there's people that like it. I like Injustice to play it. There's so much that makes it infuriating. But like, if I think about, it's not MK versus DC. If I think about it, because Injustice has like done its own thing and kind of defined itself as a gameplay style that is fun.
Right.
So if I think about that now, then it's like, if you want to do Mortal Justice, then I would be kind of excited about that, because I mean, Sub-Zero in Injustice 2 is probably one of my favorite Sub-Zeros. It's not my favorite Sub-Zero. Like, he's super fun to play. I'm kind of into that, but I'm thinking of it as Injustice, not DC, not like that game.
Sure. All right. He goes on to say, similarly, do you think there's any chance of NetherRealm Studios drastically overhauling the mechanics of the series? We know Ed likes to reinvent the wheel. Do we think he'll go in on this one?
On 11? No. I think it'll be another console generation. We get a big gameplay shift.
Yeah, I mean, every game has its gimmick. Every Mortal Kombat, every Injustice has its like new gimmick that they push. But I don't see them overhauling the. I think they have something that works right now. It works for MK, it works for Injustice. Other than tweaking the gameplay, the things that they could do better, they're not going to overhaul completely.
What they do to shake things up now is add small changes, like variation system.
Yeah, it's all the gimmicks of the game. Every Mortal Kombat game for like the last 10 have had a gimmick attached to it.
Like MK9 and MKX are so different. They are insanely different. And when I think about like a gameplay overhaul, like to me that qualifies. If I can run up to you and throw you out of the air, then that's like, what is this? This is a whole new shit.
They're different consoles.
They're different because of an accumulation of small differences and not a big change, though, you know?
Well, I mean, like the biggest change I could think of is coming from like the PlayStation 2 games like Armageddon, Deception now, but I don't think they're ever going to go back to 3D again. So you're not going to get anything that dramatic.
We can only hope.
I think really hope.
I think that for the vast majority of what we've got here, we're kind of already locked in place. We're not gonna, like you said, we're not gonna revisit the 3D era. We've got our system of what is still more or less 2 punches and 2 kicks and a block button, and I think that's gonna stick around.
And jumping! I love jumping!
You could jump in the 3D era, but it was very much like...
It's not a good idea.
Did you jump? I don't remember jumping.
It was
and if I was jumping, I wasn't happy about
it.
Jumping was not fun.
It was not real jumping.
All right, we'll move on. Evan K. also asks, Techno Syndrome aside, what piece of music, if any, do you guys consider the theme of Mortal Kombat? For me, the main theme of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3/MK Trilogy always feels so Mortal Kombat. Yeah, I'm with you, not in the sense of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3/MKT. To me, I always associate Mortal Kombat 1's music. I mean, that's the reason why it's the start of our shows, at least before the Injustice change. That to me, that starting, gong and then the select screen music, that's what I associate most with MK.
Yeah, me too.
It's tricky, because I mean, like, does Street Fighter itself even have like a central theme? There are big themes that we know. You go to Ken's theme or Guile's theme. There are songs that will constantly recur, and MK, kind of like Street Fighter, apart from certain stage themes, doesn't really have that going for it. Not a lot of fighting games really do. And honestly, like, I would say MK1 music in general, but if I had to pick a single song that makes me unquestionably say this is Mortal Kombat, absolutely, like in its essence, it's the Courtyard theme, because that's the one it's that 4-note driving beat. No, four notes. Fucking Christ, 5 notes, 5-note beat. Dun 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 dun. Like, you hear that, you're knocking someone's head off. And
Razor, you got like a drag race going on outside your house. What the hell's going on?
Are you moving the furniture onto the NASCAR track?
There is somebody out there fucking revving their engine. I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
That sounds pretty sick. You got some Tokyo Drift going out there.
Yeah. But
this thing just
out in the fucking country. All these goddamn rednecks think they're so impressive.
All right, Django, what's your pick for MK theme?
Man, I could talk about this shit for fucking hours. It's so frustrating to me, because it's like, why doesn't Mortal Kombat have some kind of thing? And because they haven't, because their fucking music has... I'm not gonna say it sucks. I'm not gonna say Dan Forden sucks. Good. He does now. He definitely does now. He might have sucked for a while. But there's no good creativity in music. There's no like outside the box thinking when it comes to music. It feels like a factory there. You kind of just like, this is how you do it.
Kind of what it is, and I don't really blame Dan for it. It's like he's in kind of a supervisory position, and like,
oh, yeah, he is. Yeah, there's a big team over there.
It's kind of a sound team brain trust thing, and obviously the music is going to lose the identity that you get from that, as opposed to that one person who was working as kind of basically a one-man force for a couple of, a decade plus. It was just Dan, I think, doing the music.
I think there's more to it than that, where it's like what's happening with movies right now. Everybody's trying to copy Hans Zimmer, which means there are no theme songs. It's all just atmosphere, and I fucking hate Hans Zimmer.
Yeah.
Basically, he's like ruining an entire medium.
Well, I mean, he kind of left the mediums though. He's like, I'm done with superhero movies. His Superman shit was pretty good though.
No,
And that was and
no,
that was after you didn't like it. I thought
because it's not John Williams. I don't give a fuck.
Well, see, that's the thing, man. John Williams can't do everything. Otherwise, everything would fucking sound
Well,
like.
if you already have a theme song, keep the theme song. Like, could you?
That's true.
If I ever go to a Terminator movie that doesn't have dun 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 in it, that's not a Terminator movie.
But did you really
It
like
sounded
Tim
more like
Burton's Batman theme in Justice League?
Yes, I fucking did. That was amazing.
I wasn't bored. I wanted to hear the whole thing and not a hint of it.
I
want Danny Elfman back.
Man.
Bring back Oingo Boingo, Danny Elfman. I don't care that you're mostly deaf now. Bring back Oingo Boingo.
I enjoyed it in the movie, but I think it was out of place.
That's the weirdest thing. Like, yeah, we all love that theme. That's why that it's there. That's why one of us was like, listen, they hate everything we're doing. Please get something from the past that they liked. Danny Elfman, save us. Fucking Mortal Kombat could have a thing. Killer Instinct has a theme.
Killer Instinct is the only fighting game with a theme song.
It is, and it doesn't have to be that way. I don't know why people's like, hey, why don't we just fucking not suck? That would be a really good idea. But because there hasn't been any leadership as far as NetherRealm's music shit goes, the Techno Syndrome song is the Mortal Kombat theme.
Yeah, there's a disconnect with the creative direction where music is like an afterthought.
Well, we say that now, but is that the theme song for us because we're older? What do younger MK players think of that theme song?
It's the theme because there's not another one. There's no competition.
I'm not talking about Techno Syndrome. I'm just saying about having, like, someone in the office going, this is the tone of our game, let's make music that actually has, like, that people notice and that fits, as opposed to just background noise. Like, all the music is like subconscious now.
It's boy. But
you see the
especially Mortal Kombat. Hang on, I'm getting riled up here.
1 second. 1 second. Hold on. Was that going into a Bill Cosby?
You see the kids they listen to
all right.
the music and TV scores.
Putting my dick where it don't belong, Rudy. I know. All right. Django,
and you don't
continue.
really know what the theme songs are all about. Anyway,
get him out of here.
I used to be a big, like, fucking, dopey hip who's like, fuck the movie music. It's done. Man, fuck that shit. Listen, you know how many people would chop off both of their left nuts to have a piece of music that's had a cultural impact, that's like had a mark that big as the Techno Syndrome shit? Fucking pull your head out of your ass and grab the best piece of PR you guys have ever had, especially since you're not trying to do anything else. Like, you guys suck.
Probably don't want to pay Lords of Acid thousands of dollars for licensing rights.
Fucking do it anyway, man. Warner Brothers has so much fucking money. Like, listen, man, we got a fucking hook in the fucking, culture of 90s America bullshit.
I have a simple question.
Yeah.
When you make a cover song, does the original have to be paid?
No.
If you're profiting off of it, the original has to take a percentage of it. Yes. And I believe that includes live performances as well.
Well, they don't have to take a percentage. They just have to, like, sign over permission. If they, like, want to be like, hey, yeah, you can use it, that's cool too. Then you just sign it. But yeah, if you're selling it, then they have to have their consent and licensing and all that.
Well, surely it's less money than if you actually use their version, though, right?
Money is not the problem here. It is hella not the problem here. It's good ideas. Ideas are the problem here.
Yeah.
Man.
They would have to redo the whole theme song to fit the current demographic, because house music isn't really in with the kids anymore.
Yeah, but they tried that with that fucking album they released alongside MK9, and it was all fucking Skrillex. That's not hot either. That's like a tiny niche market genre thing. Like,
and somewhere out there, there's a 12-year-old child who's dancing to that album alone in his room, like I once did.
See, that's the thing. Like, it doesn't matter if it's like dated or whatever. Like, if you make it the theme of your game, you do a new one with every game, and you update it, and it's fucking it goes along with Mortal Kombat at that point. Fatalities change all the time, and fucking this changes all the time. Kung Lao is doing fucking weird shit, and he's whatever. I don't even know what I'm talking about anymore.
The thing about a theme song is it doesn't have to be like the hot genre that kids are currently listening to at all. Like, you're not trying to sell them a CD. It's just what plays over the title of your game.
But I do believe in keeping current, and you should probably kind of try to at least evolve with the times a little bit if you're going to keep that song alive.
So just put some fucking electric guitar and
just do what fucking Nick did with
No, you know what? I just no. Just do something interesting with it. Don't just slap guitar on it. Recreate it from the ground up.
Dude, interesting is not an option. I wish it was.
I hate the fucking trend of let's do a guitar version of X. It is so fucking played out and boring.
Okay.
Hey, easy. I do a lot of that myself.
All right, I'm cutting it off.
No offense, but
I'm cutting it off right there. Kolb's ass. Who do you think will be the central character story-wise in the next game? Please let Katana do something this time. Hands up praying emoticon. Damn it.
I thought that was like the DDP bang thing.
Diamond cutter. There you go.
I'm not the wrestling guy. We're all the wrestling guy.
Yeah, apparently.
I'm just a child of my time.
All right. Yeah, DDP is great. So who do we think the central characters are going to be story-wise in the next game? I think, Raiden, some of the kids, Liu Kang, Katana. Yeah.
Cassie.
How do you define central?
The main
protagonist.
The protagonist,
like Sub-Zero and Scorpion, they'll be around.
Well, for example, the central characters in MKX were
the kids.
I would say Cassie, Kotal Khan, and Shinnok.
Yeah. Yes. That's what I'm hoping for too. Listen, I'm not going to go back, dig up a Naga. I heard that episode. It's a good.
Just don't even mention his name.
But you know,
can't stop me.
I would be.
I mean, I technically could. I can mute.
I don't need another like King Kaiju with a samurai hat on. Like, introduce more shit like you did with Kotal Khan, and bring in some other like political bullshit, or go a different direction and find something interesting to do. Because Kotal Khan, dick. Some people didn't like it. That's cool. But that's what I want to say. I want to say, like, hey, this other shit goes on. And if you have to, like, have the other I'm not going to talk about all that. Whatever. Bring in something cool. Central characters are either new characters, like Kotal Khan and that whole movement, or it's characters that we already know, like, your Havocs of the world out there. Maybe some Reiko, whoever the fuck. Don't. Yeah. You can bring him into, but they're doing new stuff because of the other new shit that's going on, and so the event is new.
There you go.
I don't understand why people have trouble pronouncing Reiko.
All right. Neither realm.
Reiko.
Neither realm.
That's
Let's
a cool
move on.
Name.
Night Wolf.
Hey, you back off. Fingernail clippers.
How many months has it been since last time that happened?
Well, it sounds like it sounds like you just did it right there.
Wow. I'm being set up.
God damn it. Shadow, what the hell is wrong with you? Let's move on. Lando Max.
You literally provoked that.
Would you like me to sign over the rights to Club Ritz before you fucking coat me in cement and put me at the bottom of the river?
All right. Lando Mac.
The future you chose.
Someone does not lack conviction.
Lando Mac. I'm not going to say his name again, so let's do it. Bring back character retrospectives with a K, please.
Oh, God, we're trying.
That's the Lost now, and Chad is taking over recording the Lost, so he has to learn how to record.
It's not that I need to learn how to record. I can do it. The problem is right now I can record myself and no one else. Like it's something with my sound card or my chip or whatever the fuck have you. I'm trying to make adjustments to it. We are really close to making a breakthrough. I want to talk about this.
A scientific breakthrough.
And like this is going to be absolutely groundbreaking. You're going to have a Lost really soon. Please.
Now's the time to do it. You sound better than ever.
Please enjoy it.
Go. All right.
I remember.
Please look forward to
when
it.
I used to tell people we're going to have a Lost really soon, and it would be 6 months.
Oh, jeez. All right. Don't promise anything.
Okay.
Overpromise, underdeliver.
If we don't have a Lost
Or
By
maybe it's
the
the other
end
way
of-
around. I don't know.
By the end of like March, I will come onto the show and sing a song of your choice, as voted by you, the viewers.
Oh, Canada?
It's punishment. All right. So
It should be Oh Canada.
so here's the
Kinda
reason
should.
why they're not
I'm
on
a
the main
proud
episode.
Canadian. I'll fucking do that shit right away.
There's a reason why we don't do the retrospectives anymore on the main Nethercast, and we haven't for a long time.
Because we talk for 5 hours.
Yeah, we're already strapped for time as it is. We're still a month behind on questions, so I mean, it's clear that we can't do everything. But I would
We're
like to
about
see
to
him.
get the February questions.
What I would here, I have an idea for character retrospectives to be their own thing outside of the Lost, just their own thing. But I want them to be high production. I want them to be like a video thing, like basically putting together images as we talk and like showing things from the comics and the history and bios, doing it up big. But
See, that's what I wanted to do with the Shujinko one, and that's why it disappeared into the ether.
Yeah, no. So I
'Cause
mean,
that
you
takes
may
a lot of time.
You may see them. It's just, I feel like if we're gonna do character retrospectives, I'd want to start from the beginning, redo them all, and not do it in long,
Reboot?
like not
I
do
see
them
that
in
issue.
like
Don't reboot.
I don't want to do them in like talk about them for 2 hours. I want to do them
Well-
like maybe like a 20-minute video, just detailing the entire history of the character and giving you the rundown with images and the whole shebang. Maybe some videos. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So
Already.
to
Are we
be
doing reboots?
to be determined. We'll move on. Evan K seconded it. We're moving on, Evan. Damn it. God. All right. So Shad posted something from Adam Wilson on the Facebook because he can't get a Discord. He's too good for Discord.
That's all right.
Hello,
He says
Wilson.
he says he has a question. Yeah, shout outs to Adam. Do you guys think the marketing will be the same as MKX or better? And how do you think they should market this time around? Oh boy. We should have temp on this one.
It'll be the same. They've marketed every game the same since 2011.
Do you like
Yeah.
Do you like a 3D trailer of Scorpion and Sub-Zero fighting? You gotta get a 3D trailer of Scorpion and Sub-Zero
You know,
fighting.
I liked that
I liked it
trailer.
I like
It was, I didn't like the
Lyrics were
effect it
awful,
had on
yeah.
my ears that are on my head, but
Yeah.
as far as my eyes that are on
Yeah,
my head, they
agreed.
liked them.
I love your
And
eyes.
they also that trailer was actually very indicative of what we saw in the game.
Indicative.
Super indicative of what we saw in the
Super.
actual gameplay, which never happens.
Never
You fucking
happens.
watch those stupid ass Injustice things where they were in that warehouse for
Warehouse.
years fighting each other. And
Stop
it's
What
like,
are you
get
doing?
out of here.
Got him. All right. I agree with you. I agree with you wholeheartedly. But back to the marketing.
Marketing is such a bigger, broader. Like, what do you want, man? Like,
I mean,
there's going to be fucking ads on IGN. Like,
let's be fair. Let's be fair. Injustice 2's marketing was decent. I mean, I feel
Yeah,
like
but
they did
Injustice
pretty well.
1's marketing was decent, and then they went back to the same old shit for MKX. They always little different for Mortal Kombat, where they have a giant gap where they don't reveal any news in the winter.
All right, you
Listen,
sounded very
man.
whiny when you said that.
what
So
do you
did I?
actually?
Did I sound whiny? It might have been because I was whining.
Actually,
Oh, that's fair.
the MKX thing was kind of cool because they sent those little those invitation scrolls out to the usual like Sonic Foxes of the world, those guys out there. A little nod to the movie. It's like,
Well,
When do we get a
who
scroll?
came up with that idea?
yeah,
And why
where's
can't
my
you guys
scroll?
I
Why
want a
should I
scroll.
care that he got a scroll if I didn't get a scroll?
Where's the
Fuck it.
Nethercast scroll? If we can get anything, I want a scroll.
Either
That's true, we
everybody
need a
should have a
scroll.
scroll,
A
or the
scroll.
scrolls don't matter.
Yeah.
We need a scroll.
Did you bring enough scrolls for the class? That's what really it comes down to. As far as the
Don't
marketing
forget.
goes,
Super scroll.
Don't forget, if you're a fan, unless you're competitive, you ain't shit.
Well, but
Basically.
that's the thing though. Like, what do you want for marketing? Like, what do you like? Well, what?
I
is,
think
like,
wants
What's good? Like, what would fucking? I don't know.
I
What
want-
would blow your mind?
most people
I
want
want one of those big
trailers
crystal
for each
trophies
character.
you get for winning Evo.
No. Get out of that shit. Being serious though, I think most people want like a full trailer for each character that's announced. I think that's what most people would appreciate. I know that's what Temp usually
Oh.
wants is like a reveal trailer where they reveal a character, show some gameplay, and then maybe tease the next character.
So
If
like
they
those
do what they-
Kano and the fatalities and everything. That we
Yeah,
got in
that
KX?
was good. That was good.
If they do for everyone here what they did for everyone in Injustice 2, I'm more than happy because most people pretty much got their due and then some.
As long as I don't get Cyborg on my birthday, like it's a big fucking fuck you. All right.
Wouldn't that be sick if there's no cyborgs in MK11 and it's just Cyborg as the guest?
all I want,
Jesus, you're a monster.
all I want is for them to release stuff on like a schedule that's spaced out
No.
like evenly.
That would
That's
be
it.
nice.
That's
I would
all I
like.
want.
I would like a consistent, like every week there's something. After you announce the game, even if it's just like a render or whatever, a stage concept art, whatever, at least something new every week would be cool. But yeah, I honestly don't hate their marketing. I think the marketing's
I don't
fine.
need every week.
I like the gap, and then I like when they hit us hard come February. That's fine. Hit us.
I want them just to give me the game at E3 this year. Bring it to me.
That'd be fantastic.
And let's
Don't
just
talk about it until it's done, as though it were a bootleg.
We don't need to fucking hype it for a year. I promise.
Ed needs to pretend that if he talks about his game, he'll be C&D'd by himself.
All right. Well, let's keep rolling. We're in February's questions now.
Ooh. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody, by the way.
Chet.
I hope that was, hope you guys had a lovely one of those.
Hold on.
Is someone doing machines over there? What's going on?
It wasn't me this time.
I know it. Who it was. It was the.
I thought I pressed the mute button.
You
that was
did.
on.
Well, you
You
didn't.
clearly did. All right. Lando Mac asks, how would you guys feel if MK11 is a prequel set during the events of the MKX comic? Could be a way to fix the issues with how the comic is lined up with the game. Plus, seeing Havoc and Raiko as their own deadly alliance would be epic. Thoughts?
Never gonna happen.
And they say MK11 was actually MK12 now, or MK11 is MKX, and then they give us MK10 actually now. Jesus Christ!
If NRS had any interest at all in telling that story, it wouldn't have been in a tie-in.
It's not gonna happen. The comic's non-canon until proved otherwise.
Thank you. Cyrex is still alive.
Let's just let it go. Enjoy what it depicted, even if it doesn't wind up mattering.
See, now I want the comic to be canon just so Cyborg can't live a lie. Because he's not defending the idea that it's not canon because he believes it. He's defending the idea that it's not canon so that Cyrax won't be dead in his mind.
Don't you tell me what I believe, sir.
You don't even know me, all right? You get up on your pedestal and you shout down words that don't even have meaning.
It's wishful thinking. Cyrax is dead, bro.
And Onaga won't be an MK11. Deal with it. Deal with it.
Okay.
I hope this time Onaga tries to take Reptile's body and Reptile just shits all over him. We're moving on.
Yeah.
We're moving on. Jobber no longer.
Couldn't shit all over a toilet.
How do you know that?
Like that stank, don't
Because he's failed at everything else he's ever done.
All right, so for those listening live, if anybody wants to come on the show, go ahead and message in the message to come on the show. I know that seems kind of redundant. Put one of those purple, eggplant symbols in there to come on the show. We'll queue anybody up that wants to come on. Otherwise, for now, we'll just keep going with the questions. So
I thought we were calling them Thanos' penis.
whatever you want, all right? Whatever makes your
Infinity
fantasies
Dog.
come true. Evan K asks, how would we feel if the TMNT system of hybridizing variations / gear is used in MK11? I suspect it may be a trial run to see if it works.
It's just
that Triborg was a trial run to see if Ninja Turtles works.
This is all basically
all
an
a
extension of Katana having Jade as a variation.
Everything is a
This
trial.
seems like a repeat of the first question to me.
If that's true, Evan, you're a genius. I like that idea. That's good. It's smart. This guy's smart, man. You gotta watch out.
All right, we'll move on. You know what?
I'm loving these. I never get to talk about lore. This is a big deal for me.
Give one character like a bunch of different weapons and have them use a different one in each and every single one. It's not revolutionary, but yeah, I'm absolutely fine with that. No
We
problem.
haven't had a lore question yet.
Razor found me out.
If you were
Do you
any
wanna talk
outworld
about Onaga?
species, what would you be?
Don't
Do you
Razor
have a
ruined-
minute to talk
Razor
about our
ruined
Lord
my
and
joke.
Savior, the Dragon King?
He fucking ruined my joke, and now he's talking about Mortal Kombat Bowser.
All right, we're moving on. We're moving on.
And I'm the one that's trying.
Okay, so we got Battlesticks wants to come on. I'm bringing you on 1 second, so hope you're ready. Just give me a second. There. Battlesticks, can you unmute yourself? See if that works. See if it works. I don't know. All right, maybe change your role here. Now you're a guest on the show. There you go. What do you have to say, sir? What do you got, bud? Battlesticks. It's all you. 3,
Battlesticks.
2, 1, go. It's all you. I love it. I love it. That is a fantastic idea.
Combat zone.
All right, maybe next time. Maybe next time.
When I say kick it, let's just kick it with a tasty groove, okay? Fun?
When I say kick it, you say Battlesticks. Kick it.
Battlesticks.
Battlesticks.
Thinking about the lore of that name.
You got 3 seconds. 3. Whatever comes after 3. 1. All right, he's done. Oh shit! He made like a noise at the end. All right, are you there, buddy? Are you there? We're going into overtime. We're going to overtime. Have you pulled your microphone out of your pants? What do you got?
Yes. Am I still on here?
Yeah, you're still
You
on.
are on. That was the first. That was the first thing we've been able to hear from you. What's that phrase?
Unbelievable.
I wouldn't use the word still, but yeah.
Sorry about that. I couldn't hear you guys for a little bit. While I got you, I do want to shout out Django real quick for having great taste in characters.
All right, we get him out of here. Get him out of here.
It was a Nightwing reference. I knew it. I knew it. I was thinking about Battlesticks lore, and it was Nightwing.
His icon is Nightwing. How did you not know?
I don't know what icons look like.
Who?
It's a very tiny picture.
Who's Django?
Who's Nightwing?
Anyway, I do want to toss in for classic music. Can I just throw out the MK3 church theme?
Well, that's a good one.
Yeah, that's definitely
like
something about that, like arpeggiated organ that sounds so goddamn good.
Right?
Wrong.
Oh, sorry.
Not that one.
Sorry, it's too easy to mix
That's
together.
Graveyard.
It's like trying to sing
That's the
Superman.
Graveyard.
It's like trying to sing the Superman theme instead of Indiana Jones. You just can't do it.
You went right for the graveyard, and you ruined the graveyard.
What?
And the graveyard was just supposed to be a lovely little nod to X-Files, and you've also, by extension, ruined X-Files, and now David Duchovny has cancer because you just did that just now. Now David Duchovny's dead.
Scully was a season.
Cyborg killed David Duchovny.
Okay.
You can't just slide that in like that.
That is factual.
That's canon.
All right, Battlesticks, did you have anything else for us, man?
Well, I wanted to toss out that the Turtles are dope, and it's just enough to bring me back into Injustice 2, but my main fighting game interest has been on Dragon Ball FighterZ.
Nice.
Isn't it fucking amazing?
It's really blown me away. It's a new mechanic that I'm not used to, and it's bizarre because, like, the entry-level combos anyone can get into, but the next level gameplay I'm still really struggling with.
Yeah, like... I don't have PlayStation Plus or anything, so all I can do is like watch people fight.
It's brutal
like,
online. It is brutal.
I can. It's crazy how you can pick up this game and within 5 minutes you know what you're doing, but oh Christ, the potential to go online and get your ass destroyed. It is a game that just keeps on giving. The more you put into it, it's wonderful.
Well, it's like the downside, the beauty of the game. Like it looks so good. It looks like the best version of the cartoon. However, that blinding speed and flashing lights makes it really hard for defense. Like it's a very simple offensive game, but like to actually like block appropriately on this very fast pace, it's insane.
It really does remind me a lot of like the way you used to see the Marvel games played in arcades all the times. It was whoever just basically struck first, and that was it. There was the fucking round.
Yeah, there are. I can see that. I really only played the second one, MVC 2. Shad, who? Real quick, I'll ask, and then I'll get off here and move on to the next one. Shoot. I'm maining Adult Gohan, Android 18, and Krillin currently. just for the sense of being dropped. Who's your
Nice.
lineup these days?
Keep it in mind, man. I get like 3 hours to play a week, and it's not very much.
Who do you
But
like?
So far, I am very much a Cell person.
Oh.
I just there was just something really.
I heard that about you.
You smack the guy around when you're playing as Cell. You are smacking someone around, and like it's a power trip playing as Cell. It's fun.
It's true, but he
makes you
also
feel good.
he's not super slow like a
No,
Ginyu
he's
or
not.
a Nappa. He does hit hard. I agree with that. That's a very good point.
To some degree, I really like the way that adult Gohan plays. He kind of feels a little bit grounded in the traditional fighter getup. He's kind of got the spirit of a Shoto in him, almost, not quite. And fucking Yamcha, man, Yamcha is the MVP of this game in my eyes because
For the
coming out of like 20 years of suck, plus they made this motherfucker the fastest and most quick hitting just to give people the wow factor to make people like him, and it's a wonderful thing.
Yeah, you talking about that monkey combo where he hops into a handstand and kicks you in the face with the back of his feet?
Yeah, there's like
it's wonderful.
You can walk up to a guy and like just mash square a couple times, forward and square for that like monkey shit, then do the Wolf Fang fist, and then like do the other Wolf Fang fist, then do the fucking super Wolf Fang fist. I think you can get like an 80 hit combo with just Yamcha off like 4 bars if you tried. I'm sure of it.
I've seen P&D Ketchup do some crazy shit with TN, and I believe Mustard's really working the rounds with Yamcha these days. So that's kind of fun to check their feeds on Twitter just to watch some combos that you'll never be able to perform. Aren't necessarily practical, but they look so goddamn cool.
I don't watch tournaments, but man, I'm really tempted for when like the DB tournaments start.
Just
it's
on their
really
Twitter feed, they'll throw
entertaining.
videos.
Damn
just
straight.
Yeah, it's good stuff.
All right, Battle Six. Before you go, which turtle are you using?
Donatello, brother.
There you go. All right.
Hell fucking yeah, nuts.
Have a good one, boys. Big
Adios.
fan.
Good night, man.
Battlesticks. Friend of the show, Battlesticks. Always like that guy.
Yes, he's great. He's great. All right.
I always like
Battlesticks.
Hey, wait, he reminded me of something that I didn't say before because I got all riled up and stupid about fucking music like a dummy. The music that's actually in Mortal Kombat games that's like, super MKE to me, the fucking brain, if there was the theme, would be the Mortal Kombat 2 Attract theme. That shit was sick, and it's still sick.
Yes.
That was up there on my short list. It was on my short list.
Yeah, that is
too.
definitely
Yeah. Yep. All right, Ishi, I hope you're ready because I see you're queued up and ready to go. So we're bringing Ishi Rose on. Just bring him in here. Just throw the guest roll on him. All right, Ishi, what do you got?
Yo, am I breaking or what?
You're breaking. You're breaking out. Go for it.
Yikes. Okay, so I don't have a lot of time, so I'll just get this out. First of all, how you guys doing? Great, wonderful.
All right, thanks.
Yes.
Good times.
Shame I didn't live through it, but fuck, man. All right. So I've had this thought running through my head for a while. Going on to like side modes and like more like how MKX just sort of had side modes, but not really. Like they weren't really worthwhile. Okay, so say MK11 rolls around or any other future installment, they have side modes back. Like, I'm a big proponent. Like, I fucking love like side modes where like you operate as a team, like say chess combat and shit. So what if they brought back like a team-based side mode, but like upped it up all the way? Say for example, you have like a team-based like class systems. Like say you could build a team and it's online too. Like you can queue your friends in. Build like a team with like characters of like different like up to like 6 or I don't know 5 different characters. What all like every character belongs to a certain class. Like say Shang Tsung and Ermac are like sorcerer classes, and each team needs to have at least one of each category. Like say Shao Kahn is like this big brooding like offensive based character, and basically you have multiple different like objectives you can do. Like say for example like a survival mode. Like say kind of like that challenge tower mission where Stryker and Johnny Cage are like holding off like waves of zombies.
Yeah,
so
I love that one.
Yeah, like what if you could do that, but you're fending off like hordes of like Tarkatans or some shit. I don't know, like Khan soldiers. You're defending a fortress, or hell, even do like a capture the flag kind of thing. I don't know. So what would you guys say anything to like something like that?
I'd be for it. I love the like mini games. I love anything that gives you like a team like chess did. I like I've always, I talk up all those side missions in the challenge tower, the ones with the kooky mechanics. It's not just a normal fighting game fight, like the throw projectiles at the horde or stuff like that.
The
I
horde.
love I love
Fuck
all
that
those.
horde. No, I agree. I think and I think that you can see NRS like slowly trying to claw their way up some mountain towards something that's worth doing with the fact checks and now the guilds in Injustice 2 guilds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, they're trying to get at this thing and they're not doing it well at all, but they want it.
They're still just like these dressings put around the fighting game engine. They're not their own mode, really.
I thought they were onto something with the 3-on-1, where the one was the computer that was really beefed up in Injustice 2, like the
I was gonna.
Oh yeah,
I like you could drop support stuff with each other and you just swapped out when you're dead. I thought that was really cool. I would love to see. I want to see more of that. I want to see tag mode come back where you can team with your friends online. We've mentioned that before. Anything like that. Like I heard in Dragon Ball Fighter Z that you can, since it's tag, you're controlling 3 people, that you could actually have each person controlling the individual characters. Is that true?
I believe it's very possible. I don't know because I have no friends.
Temp was saying, all right, oh god, Temp was saying something about that, but yeah, I think that's really cool. So I'd love to see, as Issue was saying, and Razor was saying, anything that brings more ways to play the game other than just one-on-one, let's beat the shit out of each other. Anytime you give more ways to play the game and modes like co-op modes, team modes, anything like that, I'm on board, obviously.
I like seeing that stuff, but I feel like it has to be implemented right. Like, I know some people here are huge fans of chess combat, and I actually couldn't fucking stand it because it didn't have anything to do with chess so much as how good you were in the fight once you got 2 pieces or characters together. I like shit. I like shit to be done the way Tekken 3 did it, because Tekken 3 way back in the day took its like combat mode and there was an entire fucking little beat 'em up mode in there. It was basically Final Fight. So if you do something like that, like you have a whole little side-scrolling beat 'em up mode with any character beating up a number of Tarkatans, yeah, I'm all up for that. But don't like make me crash 2 cars into each other and then like make me use the fighting engine to decide which one's the actual winner. That shit just looks sloppy to me.
Why do I feel like Shad would be the kind of guy who'd be get really pissed off at like poor team compositions? I feel like he'd be like, "Why don't you guys go fucking sorcerer?"
Because
You mean like every Overwatch player out there?
Not really. No. I just get really passionate about Mortal Kombat. That's all.
I was partial to Puzzle Combat myself. I love Tetris, so getting
Puzzle Combat was nice, but it was not original. It was.
I know it was a knockoff.
Originality.
It had been done.
Dude, I know it was a knockoff, but I love Tetris.
Come on, man.
So give me Tetris in a Mortal Kombat environment. I'll take it.
Mortal Kombat, like it's.
No, I did not like the Mario Kart knockoff. That one wasn't very well done.
It just felt very poorly programmed and implemented.
Chess combat has class systems. That's all I can say. That's why I love it more. I like being able, I like the different categories. That's all I can say.
I gotcha.
I mean, there is the whole arguing about like classes or whatever goes all the way back to MMOs, where it's like the party needs a tank and everybody's playing DPS. What the fuck?
Like you said, Overwatch. That is what you run into all the time.
Which is why you switch variations and you don't even have to change your character.
There you go. You got it all figured out. You got it all figured out.
Part of the appeal of chess combat or any mode that lets you build a team is the potential to pair up characters who have a connection in the lore. Like I was always trying to make Team Raiden versus Team Shao Kahn or whatever, but there weren't enough MK1 and 2 characters in Deception.
I admire your things got to be right, man.
All right. Well, thanks for coming on.
I don't think you really do.
But real quick, like Yes, they want to do that. It's funny how long it's taken them to get to like, hey, listen, you know what's a really great idea? Having two people play the fighting game together against a thing.
Right.
Because like this is the video game. Like you said, the Injustice 2 thing was good because you can pick the fucking shit you're throwing at the other guy. And it's like the goal obviously is like get fucking more than one person in there.
They just need to
the video game.
Yeah, they need to expand on that idea. I think that was an awesome like start, but they could explore that idea so much more. They could have the people choosing what kind of support they offer, like Ishii said.
Yeah.
You choose roles in the combat, so on and so forth. Like you could really take that idea and run with it. I thought that was really awesome, but it just got old because, it's the same thing over and over. Eventually it wasn't a challenge. So, but I love the idea.
They're going somewhere though. They're like half of baby steps. I think it would be really sick, and I think they would like it too. If like eventually it gets to the point, you have your factions and your guilds and whatever. So you guys are already in a team, you can do some shit. If you can fucking get it to the point where you got two people in there playing like co-op against whatever, fucking just knock the walls out of the way, and that way you guys can fucking do like a whole stage side scroller side. Like a Double Dragon or something. It doesn't really change the gameplay that much.
That'd be
really
awesome. It's like Batman. It's like Batman Returns or Forever or whatever that was on the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, all that fucking shit.
It's
the
mythology.
Ninja Turtles.
Yeah,
it's mythologies. Except don't put anybody behind Sub-Zero. That way he never has to turn around.
Right.
And you don't have to give him a turnaround button.
Yeah,
a turnaround button.
That was the stupidest design. It's so easy to not do that. I don't know what they were like. Those guys are morons. But that's also what Shaolin Monks is too. It's Double Dragon, but like sometimes the camera moves in a different way. But it's still kind of the same thing. Eventually they'll get there with the fighting games, but they gotta work this shit out, man. They're just now figuring out how to fix like fucking Hellboy. I just found out the other day Hellboy's got only one arm and it mirrors whenever he turns around. I was
always had that
finally,
problem.
Jesus Christ, you guys are
right.
Fucking
they didn't
wiping your own ass and everything.
Right.
It's crazy.
All right. So Ishii, thanks for
to
coming
echo
on.
problems Vega had in 1993.
Adios, dude.
Thanks for having me on.
Yeah,
See
no
you guys.
problem. See
Have a
you
good
later.
night.
All right. Let's see. We got Snake Eyes. Bring him on. Blah, 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 blah.
This interactive shit is like a whole new world.
It's
this
fun,
is
isn't
nuts.
it? It's fun.
This is crazy.
I love it.
Fuck Skype. Why do we even stay on it?
Yeah, Skype is the worst. What do you do? What's up, Snake Eyes? How's it going?
What's up, guys?
What do you got
How
for
you guys
us?
been?
Yeah, great. How are you?
I'm doing alright. I just got out of Black Panther.
Yeah, I saw that you said something about that. No spoilers, of course.
Whoa!
No spoilers. No
So-
spoilers.
I'm going this
Whoa.
weekend.
So full spoilers.
No, not at all. It's not happening.
Whoa!
Actually, what I want, like, I know everybody's always asking, what do you want, like, what characters you want to see in Mortal Kombat 11. I'm not here for that. I want to know what kind of like technical features do you guys want to see,
Ooh.
like things to make the game better. Like if they do have a grind, how do you like a grind for cosmetics, not gear, not character power, but cosmetics? How would you improve that? Like, would you try to like? Do you think crossplay is a possibility? Should they do crossplay? NRS
love
can't even
that.
get a PC.
They'll
port.
do crossplay if Sony is down with doing crossplay.
Yeah, because Microsoft is, but Sony isn't.
That's the thing. Like,
Yeah.
Okay. The position that I occupy at my work, I talk to Sony representatives a lot, and Sony are actually a really, really fucking cool company, and it's possible. It's not out of ability if you talk to them and you sweet talk them and you jack them off a little bit. Basically,
Is that your job? Are you the company fluffer?
Sometimes. Actually,
people have more things against that, and so it's like you just got to find the right, combination.
I'm actually kind of like the maitre d'. I sit them both down at a table and I put the napkins on their laps and I make them both feel at home with each other. That's essentially what I am. I suppose you could call me a pimp, but I'm not making any money off the top. But I digress. Sony are actually pretty open to collaboration if it will make them look good, and yeah. Example. The best example I can think of this is this. Remember the South Park game, the first South Park game, Stick of Truth?
Yep.
What they wanted to do, this was like back when the game was at THQ. When Trey Parker and Matt Stone, this is the hypothesis, when these guys found out that like Microsoft and Sony don't like to acknowledge each other's existence, because there's all these fucking rules. You can't like display Sony products on like an MS consoles game and vice versa. So once they got wind of this shit, they were like, well, and so what they asked for was to have the last boss of the game on successive systems be the opposing player's logo. Like the last boss of Sick of Truth on PS3 would have been a giant fucking Xbox or an Xbox logo or some shit like that. And there was like months of conversation about this, and like I'm not kidding, months.
No, I'm not surprised it was that short.
They finally got the okay from both parties to do it, but because it's Trey Parker, Matt Stone, they went YOLO and they never bothered. They basically did it to fuck with people.
If you're already making your own like thing, and you derail it just for a joke about consoles,
this is it. Like that's them. But I'm just until this anecdote just goes to show they're willing to work with each other when the need arises. So crossplay is not an impossibility. Would be cool.
Yeah,
it just takes a lot of paperwork and stuff. So
yes, it really does.
Oh boy.
So I was gonna say let's have crossplay on the PC, but NRS can even get their shit together long enough to release a PC version at the same time as the console version. So that's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I am surprised every single time WB Games even puts out a PC game.
Right?
How was Injustice 2 PC? Was that okay?
It's not. Yeah, it's not bad. It was a decent port.
Okay, like actually, but like it wasn't MKX because MKX was hell, right? So
yeah, the original MKX PC port was hell. The funny thing about it though is Cyborg, I saw your video on like the color contrast.
Right.
I never had that problem on the PC. Like that for all the problems the PC port had, color wasn't one of them. I actually had like super vibrant colors on mine.
Interesting.
And that's the thing, like PC should look the best. Just because like it has unlimited power.
Also,
it's the fucking shit, man. But like
the PC versions of games are always the most customizable in terms of video and audio options.
I hope that Injustice 2 port was good because I would rather them wait to put one out when it works than sell a piece of shit that's not functional. You know what I mean? But there is no option that has NetherRealm making a PC version. Like they just can't. They just don't do it. They're like, this is beyond us.
They're the only company that doesn't do that. Like every other fighting game has a day and date release on the PC as well.
Yeah, NRS is just like, listen, we do consoles, and we do these two consoles. If there's gonna be a fucking last gen version, find somebody else who gives a shit. We're doing these two things.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
they do their best, man.
Yeah, that would be awesome to have cosplay, just to not have to buy two damn versions of the same game.
Yeah,
that would be
cosplay would be sick. That'd be really cool.
So
he also brought up, like as far as mechanics, we want like grinding for cosmetics. So here's
like how do you improve the grind? Because then. Like I know Razor, you don't like it, but there are games like Monster Hunter, there are games like Diablo where the grind, you can do the grind where it's fun, right? So how do you improve?
Well,
a grind for
I'm really only interested in seeing it done one way, and that's the way that Armageddon Create Mode did it, or the way Tekken does it. Is you have a closet. And you know what's in the closet the first time you open the game. And then all you have to do is earn money. The grind is gold coins. That's all it needs to be.
Right, yeah. I mean, obviously you get rid of the RNG, but how do you go about doing the grind?
I would just...
If you get rid of the RNG...
Every match earns you coins.
I was going to say,
it doesn't need to be complicated. Just
I think it's a question of time. Like, how much time do you think your average player is willing to put into grinding for whatever it is?
Exactly.
If you make it gold coins, some kind of in-game currency, then the player gets to decide what clothing he unlocks.
I'm in favor of that.
Buying it himself.
I'm in favor of that. With a mix of like no more than an hour or two's worth of work to unearth whatever costume that I'm really after. Because this is the thing.
Yes.
I like playing with a lot of characters when I play a fighting game. I like running around. And you shouldn't be putting me into a position where I have fought so many matches Oh yes, I'm bad.
just
You're a-
fucking
you're
pick
not
something
a bad
and tear it
man.
down.
Naughty.
You shouldn't be putting me in a position where I am playing with a character for 12 hours to grind the fuck out of this character to get this one outfit that I'm not gonna use because I'm tired of playing the fucking character. That's the
Yeah.
problem. That's like
That yeah.
that's one of Injustice 2's problems in Microcosm. I have worked so hard to get this thing, and now I'm gonna put it on you, and now I'm gonna move on to the next guy, and I'm not even gonna get to enjoy
If
the
you get
fruits of
rid-
my
yeah.
fucking labors because I'm not gonna want to see it anymore.
That's if you even get lucky enough to get the RNG in your favor.
Well, you don't
Yeah,
want the
exactly.
RNG. Get rid of the RNG.
No.
Go the coin
You-
system, or
Show the player
you know,
the options,
That's
let them
the-
grind for what they want without too much of a fucking hassle,
right.
and then let them enjoy it as they continue to enjoy playing that character without feeling mentally scarred by 12 hours of kicking the shit out of like blank player 2 or a stupid input reading AI or
Blank
whatever the
player
fuck
2.
have you.
I have a question though. Like, I think for me the fucking biggest problem with the way Injustice 2 handles the shit, and honestly, maybe the only problem, is that you don't know what you're working for. Like, if you tell me that, like, if you work for 500 hours, you get this specific thing, like, I'm fine with that. But if you tell me that I have to work 500 hours and maybe you'll get something, maybe, I don't know, like that, no, fuck that. Do you have you guys messed around with like the ultimate multiverse or whatever that is, where you do have to grind out for a thing, but it's very specific, like it tells you what you're.
But all the specific things are things you don't want. They're all just ugly armor. There's nothing that people are actually looking for is in that mode. Like,
And that's the other good thing. Like, you know that you don't want it, so you don't even fuck around with it. Like, it's still good. If you just fucking take that shit out of the picture, don't let me work for a chance for something. Just fucking tell me what I'm working for, and that's fair. That's fair. Don't tell me that I'm working for the opportunity, because go fuck yourself. I got life to do, man.
It's an extra kick in the balls because you can't craft the things you want either. So like it's straight RNG. Like there's no crafting materials. You can't break something down you don't need and turn it and like use it towards whatever end goal you want, right? Like
I'm just
if
tired of
Raphael-
the damn inventory. Get rid of it.
Well, yeah, it's very important to remember here that in terms of this sort of gameplay, these sort of designs, NetherRealm they've never done this before in their life. This is their first try to do it.
They went down a wrong
They're
road.
shitting, they're pissing all over their knees. They've never used the toiler here before. Like,
Toiler?
they're working on it.
What is a toiler?
Sorry, watching.
I like where this metaphor is going.
Listen,
Scene,
man.
nighttime, the pit
Listen.
2.
really depressing
Sub-Zero,
if I want to.
Sub-Zero
trying-
faces.
They're
Hold
trying
on.
to hit
1,
the
2,
ball.
3. On
Okay.
3, everybody talk at once. 1, 2, 3.
What I was talking about, man.
Toilets.
Which,
Toilets.
speaking of toilets, thanks for not pissing out in a bucket under your seat, by the way.
I haven't
I
started
just-
yet.
Okay.
I try to put up the scenario.
Oh, yeah, I guess.
I appreciate it.
I Captain America that reference.
There you go. All right.
Scene, the pit 2, nighttime. Sub-Zero faces Scorpion. My nemesis! It is tonight where we will finally... What the hell are you wearing? And now we see that Sub-Zero is wearing his MK Shaolin Monk's pants. Shirtless, except for half of his MK3 outfit.
Ooh,
Just the mask, no hood.
I like where this is going.
This
I
was
mean,
the best I could do under the circumstances. I didn't want to have to work at it.
You could probably fuck Temp up
wouldn't
pretty
I've got a
hard with that.
Grandmaster's
The rest of the
medallion. It's
shirt.
somewhere.
I don't know, like
That's
Shredder
the
Sub-Zero with no pants on, just fighting against that. That'd fuck him up. You could probably get a couple wins off of him.
I always have no pants on when I fight Temp, just to make it easier. All right. Well, thanks for coming on.
Yep.
All
It was
right.
good.
And on that
It
note,
was a good question. It
yeah,
was nice.
That was a
Very
great
good.
question. Everyone had good
I
questions.
enjoyed thinking about that.
I enjoyed it. Everyone that came on, thank you guys for coming on the show. And we're wrapping up the episode. Thank you, Django, for filling in for Temp. It's been a while.
Been a while.
Definitely. Look at this
No.
photograph.
No.
Every time it makes me laugh.
We're not gonna go there.
Or the one online. Look at this graph. All right, we're done. Once again, check out the Discord so you can come interact with us as the people did today. And
Come to the Warrior Shrine sometimes, guys. They go up a couple times a year. You should check them out. They're fun. Promise. We don't talk about fucking Onaga.
And on that note, take care, guys.
Remember, the crackling sound you hear as Sub-Zero gathers his ice powers and centers them before his belly is actually his balls shrinking because he's not wearing pants because he couldn't get them through the RNG. Have a good night.
The struggle is real.
It just sounds good. The microphone is really good.
Yeah, we get it.
The soothing sound of my voice.
It's all in the new sock. You change a sock after 3 years. What do you expect? That sock was probably filled with mold and lint and yo-yos and bottle caps and jacks. I don't fucking know.
Senpai Sifu Sub-Zero's balls.
Did you just say motorboat is balls?
You could.
Oh, you got that out. Where's your head?
Man, what if Reptile motorboated someone's balls?
That went south fast. I don't like it anymore.
I don't like it. No, this went the wrong way. This is the wrong turn.
I am not even remotely ashamed.
Friendship